Hello, peace seekers. Welcome back to the channel. I'm LJ, and welcome to my journey of finding peace. Who am I? Today, I hopped on here to address some of the comments that I've been seeing regarding who I am as a person and what's going on with me. I do want to clear up any confusion that's out there because, as I stated, I'm on a journey to seeking peace. So I don't want anybody confused. I don't want anybody being misled. I don't want any of that. So I'm going to tell you who I am. Just in case you missed it in some of the previous videos, I've spoke on who I am several times. If you go back and watch all of my videos from beginning to end, you'll be able to catch up and kind of figure out who I am because I spoke on it, but I'm going to speak on it again in one video. I'm 53 years old, born in 72, January, Capricorn. I'm a widow. I've made a decision to enjoy my life with my 2-year-old Lakita, Ori. I'm sure you guys see him in the videos. He's all over the place. You guys love him. Thank you for that as well. My husband was murdered, and that's what happened, unalived. He was unalive going on 6 years ago in August. So I've been by myself since then. And that's by choice. And I like it that way. I got Ori when he was 6 weeks old. I purchased Ori from a breeder. He is the first dog I've ever had. He has been amazing. Nothing short of amazing. When I got Ori, he was pretty much potty trained. He's only used it in the house maybe 4 times max. That's because he was sick. Ori has a very, very sensitive stomach. So when you see me not giving Ori food every time I eat or what I eat, it's because I don't feed Ori human food. I really can't play with Ori's stomach. I was trying to give Ori human food and he ended up in the hospital for 2 days. So I don't play with Ori's stomach. I stick to a strict diet with Ori. As a matter of fact, yesterday, my grandson gave him a chicken nugget. We was in the car and he threw up instantly. And my grandson's 4. He just didn't know. Ori was sniffing, so he gave it to him and Ori threw up. So I don't play with Ori's stomach. I'm not going to feed Ori human food. He eats dog food, the Farmer's Diet, and Hill, Science Dog. And he also has dog snacks, dog treats. That's what I give Ori. Again, he was purchased through a breeder. I didn't get him from a shelter. I made a decision to purchase him from a reputable breeder that still breeds Akitas. If you guys are interested in who they are, it's a married couple out of St. Louis. I'll be more than happy to share their information with you. And that's the story on Ori and how I came to acquire Ori. As far as my journey, the journey I'm on in life, after my husband was unalive, I went into a state of depression. And I stayed in the house. I traveled a little bit when it came to my kids, but that was pretty much it. I literally stayed in the house. I made a decision in 21 that I was going to travel. However, I never traveled. When I purchased my van, which is what I started the channel with on February the 10th, when I purchased the van, my intent was to travel. At that time, when I purchased the van in 21, I got the van redone. That's why you see the red seats. The seats were just basic seats, but when I purchased it, I had them to redo the entire van. So they put the red seats in there, they hung the TVs, they did all of that. I started watching Van Life at that time. Winter is Blue, and he's changed his name now to My Name's Teo. If you watch me, you were the one that inspired me. Thank you so much to go ahead and start the channel. I started working on the van. I started watching him and I'm like, that is so cool. Well, in February, I said, you know what? I'm just going to start a channel. But I started building on the van way before then. Me and my daughter and my mom, I would get bored and I would call them over and we would start doing little stuff to the van. And they would be like, Lord, this girl. But I always came up with projects to do. The van has solar panels on it. The van has all of that. Me and my mom and my daughter did that ourselves way before I started the channel. So the van was, when you guys saw the van, we had already did the van like that. We did it. So I decided February 10. I'm just trying to make sure I don't miss anything to make sure everybody's caught up. February 10th, I started the channel. Did not have a clue this channel was going to blow up like that. When I started the channel on February 10th, February the 1st, I was renting a home. The home was costing me over $3,000 a month. I did not move out of the home because I couldn't afford the home. I moved out of the home because I did not want to afford the home anymore. At that time, I had a successful Turo business with a fleet of cars. I still have that same successful Turo business. I've been having that business a little over 5 years after my husband was unalived. I started the Turo. I got into that and it just kind of took off. The way I started that, I did go to my bank and had them to assist me with getting that business off the ground. Before doing Turo, I was a real estate photographer. I was a real estate photographer that did stage homes. So I know you guys are talking about the decor. That's because I have some staging experience. So I was a real estate photographer. Did that for well over 15 years. I know I did. So I've always had a job. I've always worked. I've always had a job. I started working at 16. I've worked my entire life. I have not got on this channel one time and stated I could not afford my lifestyle. I may have stated something is too expensive because it is too expensive. But the lifestyle that you see is a lifestyle that I have chosen because that's a lifestyle that I could afford. Not because I'm asking for handouts from anybody on this channel at all. There have been those of you guys who have donated to me, and I am so grateful for it. I promise you, and I say it all of the time. If you donated Cash App, PayPal, now you guys have sent gifts to Ori and I. Thank you, thank you, thank you. The reason I started the Amazon wish list because so many of you guys were asking me, do you have an Amazon wish list? Do you have an Amazon wish list? And I started the Amazon wish list. It wasn't because I was looking for handouts. I am not on here looking for handouts. I just want you guys to watch me. But I only want you to watch me if you enjoy me. That's it. If you enjoy me, watch me. If you don't, I understand. I pray that God align my footsteps with the people that are supposed to be with me, not with the people that are going to try to tear me down or that I can bring negativity in their life. That's not my goal in life. That's never been my goal in life. That's never going to be my goal in life. And as far as giving back to people, if you only knew, I give back to people spiritually. I give back to people mentally. I give back to people physically. And I give a whole lot back to people monetarily. So I give back to people. See, the way I believe personally, I feel like when you give, you receive. When you give from the kindness of your heart. I don't give and boast and brag about what I do for anybody. And I do not do that because I give it from my heart. I don't give to people in order to get a pat on my back, in order for a reward from human. That's not where I get my praises from. I get my praises from God. So I do give back. So if you see somebody blessing Ori and I, it's because I bless somebody and I feel like God is blessing me back. If you also look in the comments, and those of you guys who have left super chat, you will see that I put on those super chat, may God bless you back your money 10 times fold, because that's the way I believe. As far as my spirituality, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I don't claim a particular religion because I don't feel like a particular religion define who I am. That does not make me. I've studied all type of different religions in my lifetime. I'm 53. I've studied all type of religions. When it's all said and done, I believe in one God and I believe in Jesus Christ. I don't feel like I have to put a name on a religion in order to do that. That's just my personal preference, and I do not discuss religion, so I'm going to nip that in the bud right there. But that's my belief. And that's where, as far as my money, and I Uber. Let me say that if you guys go back to some of my videos, one of my videos, I did a Uber one day, and I'll show you guys how Turo works in a new video as well. As far as the van, I did the van for 3 months. Van was kind of small. You'll see me and Ori at all type of different crazy places, because when we did van life, as I stated, I moved out of the house and I put everything that I owned in storage. So we really only had the van. So we was kind of sleeping here and there in crazy spots. And that's why you see those videos like that. I could have got a hotel if I wanted, or I could have stayed with my kids. My kids have places to stay. I could have stayed with my kids at any point, but that wasn't the purpose of the journey. The purpose of my journey was to get out of the house, explore life, live life, just do some different stuff. I had been stuck in the house for almost 5 years at that point. So that's the van life portion of it. But the van was small. Ori has a lot of hair. Ori sheds a lot. I have to brush Ori daily. Ori still sheds a lot. So I thought I'll get a bigger space. I got the bigger space by going to the RV. When I got the RV, I had to get a truck. I took the van up there to try to hook the RV up to the van, and they told me I needed some type of brake wiring. Plus the van only towed, I think, up to 6,000 pounds. The RV dry was like 5,000. That's with nothing in it. So it was going to be kind of hard to tow it with the van. I think I still want to try it. I don't want to tear my van up though, but I keep been really considering trying to figure out how I can get a brake wire put on the van. I found out after the fact that I could get the brake wire put on the van. So if you guys know how I can tow this RV with the van, I would love to know, because that's something I do want to try. I like the fact, after being in both of them, honestly, even though the RV has caused me some issues, I'm not looking at the issues portion of it right now. I'll talk about that in a minute. Even though the RV has caused me some issues, the RV is good as far as the space. I love the space. That's why I got the RV. I wanted to be able to have a bathroom right there. I wanted to be able to have a kitchen, because I was doing a lot of cooking on the kitchen, and it was kind of tight and it was smelling like food. I didn't like that. So that's one of the reasons I did get the RV. Space wise, perfect. Bathroom, perfect. Kitchen, perfect. If I really had thought it through, in which that's always been one of me and my husband's fights, honestly, is that I really don't think it through. I'm somebody that kind of, once I have my mindset on doing something, nothing is going to stop me. So I can go to bed at night with one thing on my mind and wake up the next morning and think about it, dream about it, and wake up, and that's what I want to do. I'll up and do it without really thinking it through. I didn't really think it through when I bought that RV, because if I had thought it through when I purchased the RV, I would have bought an RV that drives. Or else I just would have got the van redid inside, because honestly, I like the van better due to the fact I do not have to get out the van. I can just go to the back and get back in the van and pull off. With the RV, I have to find somewhere to park it, pull it up, hook it up, unhitch it. It's a lot with the RV. I'm not going to lie. It is a lot with the RV, but I love the space of the RV. I did not sneak and sell the RV. I saw somebody's come in and say, she snuck and sold the RV on us. She started the channel and fooled us. I didn't fool you. I didn't sneak and sell the RV. If you want to buy it, you can buy it. It's a headache. I can tell you that right now. When I sell it, honey, I'm going to let you know. It's for sale right now. If you can give me $35,000 for it, you can have it. It's a problem. But with the RV, I have not sneak and sold the RV. I tried to get them to take the RV back. They would not take the RV back. As a matter of fact, I was going to take a major loss on that RV by getting rid of that RV. So I'm going to keep the RV. I'm going to keep the RV at least for a year. I can't take, now that, I'm not going to take that type of financial loss. That's just crazy. And I'm not crazy. But I have a problem with not literally thinking things through. And I did not think that through. I bought on impulse with that RV, and I had that's a problem of mine. I'm a work in process. I don't know if it's going to ever change. I'm 53 and I've been doing it all my life, but I'm still working on it. The RV is The issues that you guys knew about, they're fixed. The only issue I'm dealing with the RV at this time is that the jack went out in the front. So they've ordered me a jack. I've been waiting on the jack for 3 weeks. I can still jack the RV. I just have to manually jack it up and down to put it on the truck, which I'm going to do that soon. I'm not going to give my dates out. I'm going to do that soon, and we're going on a trip. So I still have the RV, I still have the van, and the apartment. I got the apartment as a backup plan. I know I stated that the home was costing me over $3,000 a month as far as utilities. It was. This apartment is nowhere near that, and nowhere near it. Nowhere near it. Maybe not even half of that, and that's utilities and everything. So the 1-bedroom apartment, you guys are saying, it's not a studio, it's a 1-bedroom. Okay, the 1-bedroom apartment, because we're not going to fight about that either. We ain't going to fight. I'm telling you, we're not going to fight on this channel. I'm not here for the fight. I'm not here for the drama. I'm not here for the fight. We ain't going to do that. I'm just going to address the issue, and we're going to keep moving. If you want to call it a 1-bedroom, okay. But I'm going to call it a studio because that's what it is to me. A studio with a bonus room. But I respect you. If you want to call it a 1-bedroom, respect me because I want to call it a studio. So anyway, this does not cost me nowhere near that. I was in a 3-bedroom home, a family size home, 2-bathroom. That house was, I think, 2,800 square feet or something. It was huge. So I was in this big home, and I was spending a lot of unnecessary money for myself and a dog. After moving out of that, then I had so much stuff because the home was full of stuff. You guys see all of the stuff I got, but if you go back and look at some of the RV pictures, you'll see a lot of this stuff that was in the RV is now in the apartment. And a lot of the stuff that was in the RV came out of the house. So it's all stuff I've had. I haven't went out and bought a lot of new stuff. I haven't. I bought the rug. What else did I buy? I bought some curtain rods because the curtain rods I had in the home were too heavy for these walls because there was a home. These curtain rods, I had to get something that was a lot lighter. I bought curtains because the curtains I had, they were too heavy as well, and they were pulling down, they were falling down. I did a short on this. I did a short on the living room, and you'll see the curtains that I had in the home were much heavier. They were much darker. I had to go with something a lot lighter as well as lighter curtain rods in order to be able to put curtains up. So I bought lighter curtains, I bought curtain rods, I bought the rug, and I think that's pretty much it. Everything else, I've had this stuff for years. I haven't went out and spent a whole lot of money. I haven't did that. I don't want to do that when I already had things here. So that's where the stuff comes from. I know a lot of you guys have been asking me where I got certain things from as far as the furniture, the couch, the bed, all of that came from Gallery Furniture, but I've been had that stuff over 5 years. It's old. It's not new. The durability on it is good, but let me tell you, let me say this as well. It's good for me. It's very, very comfortable. The stuff feels like it's untouched because I don't have kids. My kids have always been grown. So even in the home, when I purchased the furniture, it was just me. It was me and my husband, then it was just me. Even though the kids came over, but they were grown, they were adults, and I only have 3 grandkids, and they don't jump on furniture. They don't do all of that. They're pretty toned down like myself. So they're just going to kind of sit around, but it's not a consistent sit on. So the furniture is really not been set on a whole lot, but it's comfortable and it's over 5 years old. So durability for me is 1,000%. How it's going to hold up if you're sitting on it all day, every day, but I don't see why it shouldn't hold up. I don't see why it shouldn't. So yeah, that's the thing on the furniture. What else was it I saw in the comments that I need to address? So my work, as far as van life, RV life, studio apartment life, it's just life. It's life. The channel is about life. The channel is about me seeking my peace in any way I can possibly find that peace. That's what the channel is about. It's, yes, at one time my peace was in the van. My peace was in the van because I had been stuck in the house. So I got out of the house and I got in the van and I found my peace in the van. The van had become uncomfortable because it was so much hair and it was me and a 105-pound dog. So I found my peace in an RV. The RV got uncomfortable really, really quick because I had so many issues of it. So now I'm finding my peace in this studio apartment. I don't think it's going to get any bigger than this. As a matter of fact, I know it's not going to get any bigger than this because it's only me and my dog. But I'm going to travel. So you may see me travel. I'm going to say, mate, I know you are. You're going to see some travel videos. I may not be in the RV. I may not be in the van. I may not be in this apartment. I may not be in a car. I may be on a plane. I may be on a train. I may be on a bus, a boat. How else can you travel? Any way you can travel, I may be there. But I hope you're willing to go with me. I may be there. Because for me, life is about living. I don't think that nobody, and this is just my personal opinion. See, the way I feel about it, I don't think nobody should put themselves in one little box and define themselves as that one little thing. Do you know God has blessed us with so many things to enjoy in this world? So many things to enjoy. Enjoy them and do it all. If you can do it all, do it all. And you can. I'm not going to say if. You can. It's a state of mind. If you cannot do it in the physical, you can do it with me. You can do it through me. So you can still enjoy those things. Or not just me. If it's somebody else out there that you like to look at, enjoy it through them. If you cannot physically do it, then try to do it spiritually, try to do it mentally. Just do it. Enjoy life. Don't niche yourself down to just one thing. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life by any means necessary. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Those of you guys who rock with me, who support me, I appreciate you. There's Orius, a dog walking by. Good morning. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life. Do it through me. Do it through your favorite YouTuber. Some of those YouTubers, I knew he was coming. Look, I don't want to put the camera over there because then my license plate to show. Let me see if I can get him. Hold on. Leave that dog alone. I knew he was coming. It's somebody walking their dog by. Now, he been in there laying in the door this entire time until he saw that dog go by here. I knew he was going to run out here. Anyway, back to what I was saying. That's a lot about me. That's a lot about me. What you see is what you see on this video, on camera. That's me. That's who I am. That's who I am as a person. It's nothing fake. It's not me trying to get woe is me. You're not gonna say if my life get bad. Let me say this. Let me go ahead and put this out here now. What you yawning about? You sleeping? If things start to get bad for me, you will never know. You will never know. I'm not going to get on here and start asking for donations. I'm not going to get, God forbid, let me say that. God forbid, something just happened with me. I'm not fixing to get on here and start asking for things. I'm not going to get on here and say I'm getting evicted. I'm not going to get on here looking for a pity party, because that's not what I'm looking for. Pity parties aren't peaceful to me. I feel like you speak your life into reality. So I'm very careful with what I say. I'm very careful with what I do. So if I say something, it's going to be from a positive perspective, because I try to speak positivity and peace into my life. So you don't got to worry about the woe is me videos from me, because I'm not a woe is me type person. You don't have to worry about they fixing to pick my car video, because I don't speak that into my life. I'm always speak positivity into my life, and that's what you're going to get over here. So if you're positive, if you're seeking positive energy, if you're seeking peaceful energy, I told you guys 1,000 times, I'm not jumping out planes. I may sit on one, but I ain't gonna jump out one. It'll probably take a lot for me to even sit on a plane. I have not flown since COVID. I really haven't. That's one of the reasons I bought the van, because I said I wasn't gonna fly no more. But I'm trying to open back up to that. But I'm not, it's going to be peace, all peace over here. So I really hope this video clears up any type of confusion that any of you guys may have had. Those of you guys who have blessed me and Ori, thank you again for the blessing. Those of you guys who watch us, just know you're blessing me by watching me. You're blessing. That's the biggest blessing. To know that you're watching, to know that you like what we do, to know that I'm inspiring people, to know that Ori's inspiring your pets, and you guys like to see that. You guys just don't know. That is like everything to me. That's really all I ask for. I ask that you watch, like the videos, comment on the videos, keep it as positive as possible. If you have a question, if I see it, I'm going to answer it. No disrespect intended. I'm going to answer it. But thank you. Once again, thank you. I hope this clears up any type of confusion that you may have regarding me and my peaceful pup and our peaceful place pad. Until next time, stay blessed up, and peace is priceless.